Chapter 4, Sex and Slavery in the Arab World. The most common and enduring purpose for acquiring slaves in the Arab world was to exploit them for sexual purposes. Islamic law conferred upon the owner of slaves full control over their sexual and reproductive functions as well as the fruits of their labor. He had fairly complete sexual access to his female slaves and kept for his own kinship group the children he sired with them.
Break that down.
Okay. So in other words, he said he had the women that were slaves. They were at his disposal for sexual purposes, and then he kept the kinship group of the children that he sired. So in other words, the children that those particular slave women had by the master, those were his children. It says these women were nothing less than sexual objects who, with some limitations, were expected to make themselves available to their owners. To watch over these women who were carefully sequestered in the confines of the home. The master added a eunuch to the complement of his household slaves. The castrated male became the keeper of his master's beautiful women. These two opposites, attractive women and castrated men, starkly demonstrated a master's power over the sexual and reproductive functions of his slaves. The marketplace confirmed the high value attached to the sexual aspects of slavery. Eunuchs commanded the highest prices among slaves, followed by young and pretty white women. Young and pretty white women. Islamic law, as already noted, catered to the sexual interests of a man by allowing him to take as many as 4 wives at one time and to have as many concubines as his purse allowed. Polygamy was sanctioned as a way of ensuring the benefits of married life to the many women in Arabia whose husbands were killed in the internecine tribal warfare that afflicted the region. By acquiescing to concubinage, Islam endorsed a long-standing practice among Arab men. The status of concubinage was reserved solely for slaves. A free woman could not be taken as a concubine, which is true. A story about Mansa Musa, the Muslim ruler of the Mali kingdom in the 14th century, is revelatory.
Mansa Musa is an Israelite. Because you had the Mali king. When you look up the Mali kingdom, those are Israelites, man, that embrace the religion of Islam, just like the Moors.
Revelatory of the severity of the prohibition against taking free women as concubines on a visit to Cairo. This otherwise observant monarch was rebuked for his licentious behavior of taking some of the daughters of his subjects as concubines. Then, aback by the public reproach, he inquired whether an exception was available for kings. Not even for kings, was the reply, in deference to the law. He agreed not to take any more free women into his household as concubines.
Now, I'm going to show you something, right? The Mali Empire, right? The Mali Empire, also historically referred to as the Mandin Kurufaba, was a Mandinka Bambara Empire in West Africa from circa 1230 to circa 1600. Now, why do you think that came to end in 1600? Because the white man was enslaving us, man. But prior to the white man coming in and taking us down, pursuant to prophecy, we had this empire, right? The empire was founded by Sundiata Keita and became renowned for the wealth of its rulers, especially Mansa Musa, because Mansa Musa was doing his own thing. The Mali Empire profoundly influenced the culture of West Africa through the spread of its language, laws, the laws of the Most High, and customs along the lands, along the Niger River, and extended, and that's part of the reason why we were called Nigers or niggers, because we were situated at the Niger River, all right? Niger meaning black. It says over a large area that consisted of numerous vassal kingdoms and provinces. So that was us. Anywhere we went, just like today. Okay, let's look at Floyd Mayweather, right? Who dominates the boxing world? Israelites, right? Floyd is the king of that shit, man. That's why everybody hates his ass, man. Who dominates the world of the NBA? The NFL world, the baseball world. Them Simeonites, man. Anything that we do, the music industry, man. You got Edomites, if they sound good, which they're Jake anyway, they try to sing like us, man.
Yeah.
What came out of damn Northeast Africa? What great performance came out of Northeast Africa, huh? None. That's it on that.
Oh, and
Apostle
you got
some more.
Now, you said Mandinka, right? When you read, you was going into that about them being Israelites, the Malis, right? Now you said Mandinka. Now it threw me to roots. Now this guy Kunta Kinte, he was supposed to be from the Mandinka tribe. He was.
We were the Mandinka.
Yeah.
We were the Mandinka. So Esau knew that. He said, "Oh, this guy's a Mandinka."
Yeah.
Those wasn't Hamites. Those were Israelites.
That's
man.
right. And they had embraced Islam. Now I have to go back to check it. In roots,
no,
I believe.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, man. Hey, I'm sorry. Now this is Mansa Musa, right? And look at this guy. Get the camera.
Get your cameras ready. Hey, now in roots, I believe Kunta Kinte was a Muslim, right?
Yeah, they were all Muslims.
He was a. Yeah.
Give me the mic. That's Mansa Musa. See, he was an Israelite, man.
Look at that.
He had that crown on his head. He had the scepter. Give me that in Genesis 49. The scepter. That's a Judite right there. He's sitting on the throne.
Look at that, man. Down in Africa. And Kunta Kinte, go back and watch the movie. You can get it on YouTube. He was a Muslim. Because when he would pray, he was praying 3 times a day. He was bowing 5 times a day. Salaki, he was praying. Kunta Kinte was a Muslim, right? They were following Islam. Yeah, because I remember.
Prayed to so-called Allah, because Jake embraces anything that they have that deals with religion. They come over here, they become Baptist, Methodist, Jehovah Witness. When you win an Oscar, I like to thank God. You win a Grammy, I like to thank God.
That's all the boxers say, man. That's all they say.
All the boxers say. It wouldn't be possible without the man upstairs.
Yep.
That's Jake, man.
Yep.
That's Jake.
Or this guy. Now, this dude, he just recently made a comeback last year, Elder Barge, which supposedly he's supposed to be a cracker, but he ain't.
I must be allowed to speak, brother.
Yep.
Check this out. It says, you get that on deck, Genesis 49. It says, Mansa is a Mandinka word meaning king of kings or emperor. Right, an emperor is a king of kings. Because you have if you're an emperor, you have kings, lower kings, vassals. Yep. It is particularly associated with the Kiita, I can't read that, dynasty of the Mali Empire, which dominated West Africa from the 13th to the 16th century. Powers of the Mansa included the right to dispense justice and to monopolize trade. When Jake does shit, they take shit over, man. Monopolize trade, particularly in gold, because we knew about gold. Mansa Sandiata was the first to assume the title of Mansa, which is king of kings or emperor, which was passed down through the Kiita line with few interruptions well into the 15th century. Now, 15th, 16th century, all that shit got broke up because the fulfillment of us going into slavery, because that's where they got the slave from, the western part of Africa. All right? Other notable Mansas include his son Wali Kiata and the powerful Mansa Musa, whose Hajj helped define a new direction of the empire. The succession of the Mali Empire is primarily known through Tanzanian historian Ibn Khaldun's history of the barbers. I'm not going to read no more than that. But no, they were Israelites, man.
You want Genesis 49?
You go ahead and read it. Yeah.
Genesis 49 and 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Speak on it.
Khan, read that again, brother.
Okay.